Greetings students, hope you all are fine. This is the fourth session of first week of reporting and editing for print. In the previous class, we understood about the types of reporting, how we can convert the collected information into a news story and the difficulties in news covering. In today's class, we will understand about the role, functions and qualities of a reporter. எப்பொருள் யார் யார்வாய் கேட்பினும் அப்பொருள் மெய்ப்பொருள் காண்பதறிவு are the twins lines of திருவள்ளுவ. எப்பொருள் யார் யார்வாய் கேட்பினும் அப்பொருள் மெய்ப்பொருள் காண்பதறிவு. It means whatever may be the source of any information, knowledge is to extract and assimilate the truth in it. The real wisdom is in the deep inquiry of words and intentions. It's not in trusting the words by just oral. This Tirukkural is very apt for reporters because they are having more responsibilities for publish and disseminate the truth to the readers. The reporters should know about the information what they have heard is true or not. Okay, in today's class, we will know about the role, functions and qualities of a reporter. If we search the meaning of reporter in Cambridge Dictionary, it explains us a person whose job is to discover the information about news events and describe them for a newspaper or magazine or radio or television. Now we can raise a question that what is the difference between a reporter and a journalist? The primary difference between a reporter and a journalist is the reporter is commonly used to refer to somebody on audio visual media who generally reports the news, whereas the term journalist is typically used in context of a print journalist who writes articles to print media. Anyway, nowadays all the media are having a convergence. So, a reporter is the gatherer of news. He or she performs an important function in a newspaper establishment. A reporter should open his eyes and his mind attuned to the present, future as well as the past. Then only he can become a successful reporter. News reporters or correspondents gather information, prepare stories and publish the stories. They inform us about local, state, national and international events, public points of view on current issues and report on the actions of public officials, corporate executives and interest groups. News reporters examine, interpret and publish or broadcast news received from various sources. A reporter must check the material and squeeze the news that would interest to his reader. When he was overwhelmed by an ocean of facts, he can always rely on the reader's interest for guidance. He has the ability to select the apt information and present it to the readers. A sharp sense of observation may also help to gather amusing sidelights of interest of readers. His alertness will help him to discover contradictions and problems while he is on his daily beat. Reporters have to move for meeting people, making their relationship and winning their confidence. This would help them to establish context, which in turn helps in writing well investigated reports. The reporter must be an unprejudiced observer of events, one who presents the facts to the reader in a balanced, objective manner. A reporter may cover several complex and specialized subjects such as science and technology, law, economics, etc. In this situation, he must be able to simplify it and bring out to the news point. News reporters cover regular, invited, scheduled events in addition to work on breaking news. Both reporters and editors should know what news is and what is not, when they get numerous stories from different sources. The reporters should have the ability to recognize a good story makes a good journalist. What is the role of a journalist? The main duty of a journalist is to act as an interpreter of the world around. The journalist observes the events, transmits facts about the event, and acts as an interpreter of these events and happenings. A journalist should therefore stick to 4 ideals. The first one is he should imbibe a never-ending search for the truth. The second one is he should be able to meet needs of the changing times instead of waiting to be overtaken by them. The next one is he should be able to perform services of some consequence and significance to mankind. The last one is he should maintain a steadfast independence. A journalist is an important unit of the democratic system in our country. He is supposed to gather facts, organize them and disseminate them to the masses. He also explains the significance of the facts and offers opinions on contemporary issues. He is expected to comment on matters of public interest in a fair, accurate, unbiased, sober, decent and responsible manner. L.E. Williams mentions some important roles and responsibilities of the journalist. They are inform and educate the public, reporting duties and working with people. What is inform and educate to the people? Journalists educate the public about events and issues and how they affect their lives. They spend much of their time interviewing expert sources, searching public records and other sources for information, and sometimes visiting the scene where a crime or other newsworthy occurrence took place. After they have thoroughly researched the subject, they use what they uncovered to write an article or create a piece for radio, television or the internet. The next one is the reporting duties. Before journalists can write about a subject, they must first gather information. They usually conduct several interviews with people involved in or having knowledge of the subject. They may also go to the scene of an event such as a crime or an accident to interview witnesses or law enforcement officers and to document what they see. In addition, they often search public records or other databases to find information and statistics to back up their stories. Researching a story is often similar to conducting an investigation, and journalists must sometimes ask difficult questions. They may have to invest a lot of time tracking down information and people relevant to the story. The next one is working with people. Even though a news article bears a single journalist byline, the process requires significant collaboration. How good a journalist's story is often depends on how adept he is at communicating and working with others. For example, journalists take instruction from their editors regarding what angle to approach when writing a story, how long the story should be and whom to interview. They also need strong people and communication skills so they can persuade sources to talk to them. Journalists frequently approach people they don't know, whether when reporting from the scene or calling to request an interview. If they are uncomfortable around strangers, they will make others uncomfortable as well, making it less likely that people will want to be interviewed. The journalist should have legal responsibilities and ethical responsibilities. What are the legal responsibilities? In addition to serve the public interest, the journalist must follow the law, especially regarding the confidentiality and privacy of the people they interview or write about. For an example, while journalists often tape record their interview to ensure accuracy, federal and state laws generally make it legal to record a conversation without the permission of the other party. In this case, Journalists should tell their sources they are recording the interview before it begins. Journalists must also understand the laws regarding libel and invasion of privacy. If a journalist is careless when reporting criminal allegations against a person, he could face the defamation lawsuit if the accusations are proved untrue. The next one is ethical responsibilities. Journalists must try to present an accurate, well-balanced explanation of the stories they cover. For an example, they have an obligation to present all sides of an issue and to conduct extensive research and talk to several sources knowledgeable about the subject. If they present only popular opinion or if they conduct minimal research without fully exploring the subject, they don't give readers and viewers the information they need to understand the implications of the event or issue. Journalists must also be honest with the people while they interview, telling them before talking to them what the article is about and what they plan to quote them in the piece. Next, we can see about what are the qualities of a reporter. As John Franklin, reporter, author and teacher, said that, "Back when I first started, I thought intelligence was the most important attribute a reporter could have. I have since changed my mind. You do have to be intelligent, but the big thing is courage. Courage needs to open your mind. Let the whole damned confusion world in always be the ignorant one. On somebody else's turf, stands corrected, take criticism, grow with your experiences. Accept what you don't understand. See what is there and not what you want to think is there." Reporters must be able to meet deadlines, to write, to gather information and to generate ideas for stories. The reporters would know how to dig out information, whatever the source or the matter, how hidden or obscure. It is customary to decide qualities of a reporter. He is dealing with news and his basic job is to communicate effectively. News sense, clarity, objectivity, accuracy, alertness, speed, calmness, curiosity, skepticism, punctuality, patience, imagination, farsightedness, self-discipline, integrity, fearlessness and frankness, tactfulness, initiative, mobility, diligent, determined, good general knowledge, responsibility and fairness, highly competitive, hardworking, power to make the right questions, maintain code or conduct, self-editing, correction and criticism, power and capable to work with others, and irregular hours are the important qualities of a reporter. What is news sense? It is the basic quality of a reporter. Every reporter has to have news sense or nose for news to distinguish news from non-news. He should be able to compare various news values and decide where to begin his story and should not miss important details. The clarity is very important. A reporter should have clarity of mind and expression. A person who is confused himself cannot tell a story to others, is it? Only clarity of mind is not enough unless it is accompanied by clarity of expression. Without clarity of expression, clarity of mind has no meaning. The next one is objectivity. A reporter should not allow his personal bias or ideas to creep into a story. He should not take sides but try to cover all the different viewpoints to achieve balance in the story. Accuracy. A reporter should strive for accuracy. He should check and recheck his facts till he is satisfied. Alertness. A reporter should always be alert while dealing with his subjects. Many major news breaks in the past were possible because of alertness of reporters. Scoops don't walk into newspaper offices, alert reporters catch them and pursue. Speed. A person who cannot work fast cannot be a good reporter. While maintaining all other desirable qualities, a reporter should strive to work faster. He should think fast, decide fast, and write or type fast, for he has to meet deadlines or may have to go to another assignment. The reporters have to remain calm and composed in most exciting and tragic circumstances. In many situations, they have to be calm, devoid of hysterical actions or utterances, and apply appropriate mental and physical effort to write the story. Motivated and enthusiastic, curiosity and enthusiastic are the very important quality of any good reporter. There is the need to be curious all the time. Reporters should have an insatiable curiosity. For them, it is useful in developing just for facts that may lead to better stories. The spirit of curiosity helps the reporter get good stories. It helps a lot if a journalist has a skill or interest in something else. For instance, journalists that know a lot and have a lot of interest in a certain subject are usually valuable. A good journalist is one who does not give up easily. There will be times when a journalist won't be able to find interesting stories to write up or people who are willing to talk to them. Regardless, a good journalist maintains a high level of motivation whatever the situation may be. Skepticism is another necessary quality which a reporter should cultivate. They should not take anything for granted. They should have an unwavering posture of doubt until faced with undeniable proof. Reporters should be more vigilant, for many forces constantly try to use them and through them their paper. They should have enough skepticism to avoid such plots. Punctuality is a good habit for all normally. For reporters, if they are not punctual, they may miss something for which they may have to depend on secondary sources. If a reporter is punctual, he will be treated with respect by his co-workers. If he is late, he will irritate them and spoil the working atmosphere also. Besides, he may have to face the problem of backlog of copy which he will have to clear under the pressure of deadline. Patience is quality which helps a reporter in a big way. For many a time, almost daily, he has to test his patience. The voluntary self-control or restraint that helps one to endure waiting, provocation, injustice, suffering, or any of the problem of time and life. Imagination. This basic mental quality helps reporters in writing better stories that retain the reader's interest. Farsightedness. It helps reporters in determining the importance of an event. A reporter with foresight can think ahead and prepare for eventualities. Self-discipline. One can achieve a degree of proficiency in reporting by systematic effort and self-control. In this sense, self-discipline suggests dedication and firm commitment. Integrity is a virtue in itself and implies undeviating honesty and strict adherence to a stern code of ethics. Fearlessness and frankness. These qualities help reporters in asking unpleasant questions and taking risks to find out truth. Nobody gives a story on a platter. The reporter will have to probe, question, authenticate and exercise his power of deduction to get a good story. Tactfulness. A reporter should be tactful. He should have the ability to handle sensitive people and situations gracefully without causing hurt or angry feelings. He should have an understanding of human behavior and emotions. This will help him in developing contacts that are so essential for news gathering. Initiative. A reporter works in the field should have an outgoing nature with initiative and drive. These qualities will help him get acquainted with news sources and get stories from them. A meek, retiring or shy person is not fit for reporting. Reporters need a fair amount of assertiveness and aggressiveness to be successful in their career. Mobility. A reporter should be mobile. He should enjoy moving ground around and should not hesitate traveling distances to get stories when required. He should go to his news sources. Such constant contacts help him to get news. A mobile reporter is seldom caught napping when a major story breaks. Diligent. Reporters should be diligent. Their jobs require painstaking exertion of intense care and effort, alertness and dedication to the task and very watchfulness. They have to make extremely fine distinctions while writing copy. Determined. A journalist knows the difficulty in finding information, especially when certain people won't agree to be interviewed. Nevertheless, they are determined to get over the toughest hurdle and bring a difficult story out into the open. What may start off seeming to be a simple news story can require hard work and determination. A good journalist is one who knows something about everything. They should have the very good general knowledge. They are well informed news junkies, especially in the area of politics, current affairs and law. There are plenty of ways to improve one's general knowledge, from watching TV shows and doing the newspaper quizzes to online searches, playing board games or even using your local or school library to access things like atlases, dictionaries and encyclopedias. Responsibility and fairness. A good journalist is one who is able to take personal responsibility for what they write. They must keep in mind that there will be people who will be upset because they disagree with the angle of the story or because they wanted their story to be given more importance. There are many other opportunities for journalists as long as they are determined, competitive and have the skills noted above. Highly competitive. There are many other opportunities for journalists as long as they are determined, competitive and have the skills. Just make sure you get your foot in the media door. Some ways to start his journalism career including blogging, making regular contributions to his school or university newspapers, magazines and volunteering at community radio stations. Keep in mind that any extra experience he gets in any media field will place him one step ahead of everyone else in the industry. Hard working. A reporter should be able to work fast and enthusiastically on any given story. News writing especially has a lot to do with deadlines. This therefore means that a good reporter should be able to work under pressure and meet deadlines. If you can't soak the pressure, then it's going to be hard to work as a reporter. The nature of the job being such an up and doing type of person proves successfully in this line. Naturally, persons who prefer fixed working hours and regular routine in daily life are unsuitable for this job. Power to make the right question. Must be good at ask the right questions at the right time. A good reporter must be able to analyze the interpret information. He should have an ability to ask critical questions to the sources. A person of snobbish and patronizing temperament has little or no chance of success in this line. A shy and a reserved type of young person are totally unfit to become a successful reporter. He must possess abundant self-confidence so as not to be overawed by the rank or position of an individual. He should be a man of initiative and should not be easily disheartened or discouraged. Maintain code of conduct. Either way, a journalist must be fair all the time and maintain a level of objectivity on what they report. The best journalist is one who has strong ethical and moral codes of conduct that help them determine what information to write and what to leave out. Reporters are people that no media organization can do without. For example, newspapers all over the world rely on their reporters for their news content. A reporter job is therefore a very important one. Self-editing, correction and criticism power. A good reporter should have the habit of self-editing their copy before submitting it to their editors. Reporters should be able to write well. By writing very well means writing clear and well focused stories that is easy to understand by everyone. Good spellings, punctuations and grammar are also requirements. A good reporter should be able to take corrections and criticisms in the course of performing their job. Comments, opinions belong to the right of speech and of criticism, and therefore they have to be absolutely free from any obligation. Capable to work with others on irregular hours. The work of news gathering is quite an unpredictable one. One might never know when news will break or where it will happen. It is for this reason that a reporter should be able and willing to work at irregular hours. A reporter should be a good team player and be capable of working with other reporters, photographers and even editors. He should have an ability to work under pressure to meet deadlines. Naturally, persons who prefer fixed working hours and regular routine in daily life are unsuitable for the reporter job. Regarding the qualities of a reporter, we can talk a lot like an ocean. We will continue the same in the next session. See you guys. Thank you. Bye.